Hey, it's Jason, and today we're going to be building a Gundam. You can come build with me too.
Alright, here we are, unboxing Jason's first Gundam.
Build.
This is an entry level though. So I was trying to get Jason to do like a high grade at least, which is just one step more. But Jason's set for right now. Let's try the entry grade. Interesting way to take it off. Not the way I do, but I like it.
Okay.
I never thought of that. You gotta get the little... Yeah, right there. This is a 2022 Gundam. For some, they go, who cares? But it's all in the body, newer body.
Easier, or do you think it'd be more difficult?
I think actually it might be a bit more difficult. Well, I don't think it's difficult. It's just the body has more detail in it. That's why.
This is kind of intimidating. I don't know why, because it's like a bunch of pieces.
Yeah, but
it doesn't look like even a Gundam.
True. Let's see. Take them out. How many do we got in there? One package.
How are you supposed to?
Well, let's move the package out of the way.
Alright.
So one package and two. That's not too intimidating. Plus the how to build, right?
Instruction manual.
There we go. Manuel.
How are you supposed to open these?
Well, you can open them however you want. I open them doing the whoosh. But you could turn them that way, you could turn this way, you could do whatever.
I can't. What?
Hold it from right here. One end and one end, and just pull it up.
Oh.
Yeah. There's that noise.
It's like those people you see who build like levers and stuff when they're opening the packs. They go.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully that's not too much noise with the mic. Oh, we got a
Paper
decal.
Oh,
That's
stickers. It? Okay.
That's the only decal? Let's see.
This isn't pro.
One, I know, but just two decal dillies. Okay. All right, let's go to the next one.
Next one.
Oh.
Oh.
Hey, don't get away from us. Hey, what the heck? Did a piece come off on its own already?
I think so.
Maybe. That's all right. We'll figure it out. How many runner sheets? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, just this part.
So what is this?
That's for the face. This is the face part. Just the like mouth. I'm pretty sure. Actually, I'm not too sure. I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Let's see. And I think this one, yeah, here we go. Pop out of this. Yeah, B25.
Oh, they're labeled.
Yeah. You know, this is like that catalog type that I talked about, right? I mean, not that a magazine isn't. It's just fold out rather than the magazine type look, you know? So what's the one thing maybe you're kind of like, man, how's this gonna work? I don't say nervous, because like there's no like time limit, there's no like pressure of like you have to or anything, but
The torso and the arms.
Torso and arms, okay.
The legs, I don't know about them. They look okay, I guess.
Okay. So I will give some advice when you're clipping out some of these things with this. Just be kind of aware, like on these pieces, little pieces, when you do clip, it'll give pressure to another piece. So let's say if you clip this part, this is a part of the head, like let's call them horns, I don't know, antennas, there you go. You clip out this piece, but that might push this into here, which might bend these parts. So it's just when you are clipping these out, just maybe be a little, don't just go, just easy. It's just an easy clip. My advice is all, but you could clip however you want. Some people clip out all the pieces and then build it. Some people just do piece by piece. You can clean up the pieces, so once you take out the piece, you can clip a little more so they fit better, or you could just, how you clip them out, put them like that. Your choice.
The spaces seem so tiny to clip out.
It does, but because of how this fits, so that's another thing. Actually, that's something we've never talked about. When you do clip out things, what's a better way to clip out some of these pieces? The flat part or the like indented part, right? Is it easier on this part to clip this way, or is it easier to clip that way? That just actually sometimes depends on the piece. I would say usually the flat part is easier to get, this would be the main part right here. So I'd clip that way. But if it's easier for you to clip that way, that's fine. You just might run into some, see how this is kind of hitting on the piece that you need. So that's why it's easier to clip that way. Good observation, man. Good job. Yeah. I guess it's just a thing, whatever you're more comfortable with, but I would say flat end towards the piece you want, if that makes sense. You ready for this?
I think so.
I think so too. Let's see, how many steps are there? Obviously we start at 1. That's an ovule. But then we got all the way to, it looks like 12.
12? I thought there'd be a lot more steps.
Well, so there's more steps, right? It just like sub-steps, I guess it'd be. There's 12 main steps, but in those, see, you're going to have to put like head parts together.
Oh, so it's like just putting different parts of the body is one step.
And it looks like we're going to be using all the pieces.
You mean sometimes they just give you random pieces?
Well, sometimes because they're just in like a runner sheet like this, I'm assuming they just print out like a whole sheet. Maybe that Gundam doesn't need this piece or that piece, and then but like that printout comes with it. That's why we have a whole bunch of random pieces of Gundam, because hopefully we can build a Franken Gundam at some point. We'll see.
Spare part?
From all the spare parts, yeah. Maybe it'll be like 2 giant legs, but like the high grade body, like master grade legs, high grade body, and then like an entry level head. I don't know. We'll see. Or maybe it's the other way around. Master grade or perfect grade head, the small legs of entry grade. I don't know though, because I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes these Gundams run different in the sizes. You can get a master grade that's going to be like pretty big, or a master grade like that, but you can get a high grade that's pretty big, small. I don't know. Again, let's be very clear about this. I know nothing about Gundam, Gunpla, all this stuff. I am the most amateur of amateur of amateur.
What is the highest grade?
The highest grade is a perfect grade. Or no, it would be a mega perfect grade or perfect grade mega, I think. And I think that's just even bigger than a perfect grade. Or maybe there's megas in all of them. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, I don't know anything about Gundam other than the most basic of it. These videos are just to give anyone any type of, man, I've seen those. I don't know if I can. I'm telling you, you can. You can do it. Just start building it. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's start building, crew.
All right.
How was it?
Pretty cool.
A little bit, some confusing parts, right? So, like I've said it many times, there's pieces where you have to definitely make sure you're putting them the right way, facing the right way, because then it could mess up the whole thing as you keep going. So, it's very much detail, pay attention, right? Because, and then also if you're doing the right arm to left arm, there's certain pieces that fit certain ways. Pretty cool.
Yep.
I'm surprised that this is this big for entry level. Very surprised. I was expecting maybe 3/4 the size of this for entry level. That's why I'm saying some of these things, it's very weird. I know that it says entry level, or it might say high grade, or it even might say master grade, but just the size of all of them depends. What was the most difficult part?
Let's see the head.
The head? Okay. What was the most boring part? Kind of like boring, kind of tedious, where you're like, oh, again, I have to. The legs? Yeah, that's exactly, that happens to me too. You get to the leg part. Also with the arms too, but just sometimes with the legs, there's so much into it. You have to choose whether if you want to clip all the pieces out together or one by one, do left leg, do right leg. I feel like the only time you would probably do that is once you've done quite a bit of these, right? Because then you kind of know what pieces would fit. So then you just clip out all the pieces. I wouldn't suggest if you were doing it for the first time not to do that.
The reason the head is just because I got really nervous cutting this piece.
Yeah.
Because the way you gotta like.
But you saw what I meant though, right?
Yeah.
So depending on the way pressure is put on, some pieces can be very delicate. It can pop off. There was a piece that he clipped off, and then another piece came off without that piece even, right? Because it's just the pressure that it puts on sometimes. Just be wary of that when you're building these, the different types of pressure. So clip slowly if you like. You can clip all if you want to. You can do that. But very cool. Good amount of detail for entry level. Actually, these yellow parts are like another piece into the piece. Right, you can see on the legs over here too. It's a piece in a piece. I don't know. I was actually pretty surprised. Good job. You did it. First Gundam. Now the next one. Let's do a super master grade.
Yeah, the size of that.
Yeah, the size of the light right here. You can't see it. It's over here on the side.
Like that. Think about that.
Fun build. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. You hanging out with us is something you never ever have to do. But if you're doing it on purpose or on accident, we appreciate you just the same. You're all awesome. Thanks for crewing. Thanks for adventuring.
On to the next.
The outro, I didn't have my mic on, so, but it's okay. Jason's mic was on. You gotta remember still, we're still getting used to the mic, crew. All right, now it's over. But I am now. No, hold on, you're not looking at me, you're looking at...
How loud am I supposed to talk? This is a box. This is a box.
Yeah, I think like part of my head was cut off, but... Alright, take it away. No, I'm kidding. Hold on, did it again, because I messed it up. Don't look at me, look at me. Hold on, wait. Okay. You're supposed to be ready.
Not ready.
Okay. Hey, man, you're gonna be a horrible actor.
I'm not trying to be an actor.
Fit a little bit.
And dang, pretty cool. It looks a little different from what the manual says. I looked away from the camera.